finally, question 10. So with this question, we're going to have to expand both sides. So let's start off the right hand side. We have 2x minus 7 multiplied by 3. So 3 times 2x is 6x, and 3 times minus 7 is minus 21. So do this bit carefully, especially when there's negative numbers involved. We don't want to make any simple errors. And we're going to copy that down now. So if we expand the right hand side, we get 6x minus 21. Now to expand the left hand side, we've got x minus 2. The negative sign is with the 2, don't forget. And we've got 7. So 7 times x is 7x, and 7 times minus 2 is minus 14. So the left hand side is 7x minus 14. Now we have to decide which side do we want all the x's to be gathered on. We're going to gather on the side that has the most x's. So in this case, on the left hand side we've got 7x, and on the right hand side we only have 6x. So that means we want all the x on the left and no x on the right. So that means we want to get rid of the 6x on the right hand side. To do that, we do minus 6x on the right and minus 6x on the left. So on the right hand side, the 6x minus 6x is just 0, leaving with just minus 21. On the left hand side, 7x take away 6x is 1x, but we don't need to write 1x, we can just write x, and then just copy the minus 14 down because we didn't do anything with that. So just minus 14. Now to get the x on its own, we have to get rid of this minus 14, so we have to add 14 to both sides. So on the left hand side, take away 14, add 14, cancels out, leaving with just x. And on the right hand side, we've got to minus 21, add 14. So think about it, if the temperature was minus 21 degrees early in the morning, and then as the sun went up and the day got a bit warmer, the temperature went up by 14 degrees. So it goes from minus 21 up by 14 degrees. So it will now be negative 7 or minus 7 degrees. So we now think x is equal to 7. So it's always best to substitute your answer to check. So the question started off with 7. Let's kind of borrow this out. So the question started off with 7. X minus 2 is equal to 2x minus 7. Now remember, wherever we see x now, we're going to replace it with minus 7. So 3 times, instead of 2 times x, is 2 times minus 7, and then take away 7, close bracket. On the left hand side, 7 times, instead of x minus 2, it's going to be minus 7 minus 2, and then close brackets. So the left hand side, we're going to do 7 times whatever is inside the bracket. So minus 7 minus 2 is equal to minus 9. And on the right hand side, again we have to follow the rules of BIDMAS. So 2 times minus 7 is minus 14 minus 7. So that minus 7 is just copied down here, minus 7. Now on the left hand side, 7 times minus 9 is going to be, well, think about it, what's 7 times 9? 7 times 9 is 63. So 7 times minus 9 is going to be minus 63. And on the right hand side, it's going to be 3 times whatever's inside the bracket. So minus 14 minus 7 is minus 21. So can you see 3 times minus 21 is indeed equal to minus 63. So therefore we were correct, x is equal to minus 7.